We'll use this pattern to make an amazing witch's hat. Follow along. Go back to the directions anytime you need more tips. You want to make a hat like this one? No problem. It looks pretty complicated, but it's not that hard to do. And the nice thing is, if you notice the slide that I showed just before this one, I've got directions that you can go back to after the video is over to help you with the measurements. Let me show you how it's done. So you don't need a protractor to be able to make a perfect circle. We can actually create our own with a tape measure, just a pin, and a sliver of soap. And the reason I'm using soap, just that left up over little dry thing, is because it's going to make a nice mark on this black fabric, but after it's washed you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to take my tape measure, and I've decided I'm going to make a brim that's a circumference of 20 inches. So I'm going to take the tape measure right at 10, and I'm going to place my pen right in the middle of the 10-inch mark. And I'm going to put it in the fabric. This is usually a two-person job, but for today we're going to do it. I'm going to put it in the fabric where it can't move, and I'm using the cutting board because it's made of cardboard, and that way the pen will go in and it won't move. I don't want it to wobble, because even if it gets off just 1/8 of an inch, it'll change the diameter of the hat. It won't be a perfect circle. And so what I'm going to do is take that sliver of soap, just mark at the end, and keep moving every so many inches. And you see, normally I'd have somebody holding that for me so it doesn't move, and I'll just go all the way around, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to finish this brim, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. When you're making your witch's hat, you do need a couple of measurements. Actually, there's quite a bit of math included in this project. It won't feel like a STEM project though. When you get done, you're going to have an amazing costume accessory, and your math teacher might give you extra credit for it. The first thing you have to do is measure your forehead to find out what the circumference of your head will be. And to do that, just take the tape measure, put it around just about the center of your forehead, maybe a little higher if you want your hat to rest just there. And when you measure, don't put your finger underneath the tape. That'll add length that you don't want. I'm just going to fold it over with my thumb. Okay. So the circumference of my head is 22 inches. And to make hats, I'm going to have to use a little bit of math. And if you remember what pi is, that calculation, 3.14. Well, to make a hat, I need to know what pi is times 2. So 3.14 times 2, obviously 6.28. And what I'm going to do is take the circumference of my head, 22 inches, divide by 6.28. And that tells me that the diameter that I need to use to make the interior circumference, the circle that's going to be in the middle of the hat that's actually going to fit on my head, will be exactly 3.5 inches. So from the center to the edge that I'm going to cut in that circle, 3.5 inches, and I'm going to do it exactly the same way that I did the brim. So here's the brim of the hat that I cut already, and if I didn't mention it before, I marked the center of it where I put that original pin with a little bit of that leftover soap, and now I'm going to do the same process with the pin and the little sliver. 3.5 inches from the very center mark, right in the center of that tape. Put it right there. Because it's small enough, I can hold it, the pin and the soap and everything on my own. Normally, if it's a big project, you would definitely need someone else to help you. Go all the way around, marking as I go. Don't go too far apart though. In the marks, you want to keep them relatively close because the edge of the tape measure is flat. You can't get a curve when you're making the marks, and so it's a little bit rough. Here we go. That's going to be, that pen lifted, so it's going to be a little bit off. But again, There's a little bit of stretch in felt. And this should be okay. Okay, there we go. There's my circle, a little bit wonky. I'm gonna cut it out. And to do that, I just wanna show you one little trick when you're cutting any kind of fabric, but especially when you're cutting one that's really dense, like this kind of felt. Just make a little hole in the middle with your scissors. What I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna lift this fabric up, I'm not gonna lift my scissors up. The fabric stays flat on the table, the scissors stay flat too. Because what happens when you lift fabric or scissors, sometimes you get an angle that you didn't mean to, or you catch a wrinkle. And in a measurement like this, you want to be pretty exact so that it's going to fit nicely in the forehead. See how I'm not lifting my hand, I'm not lifting the fabric, but I am turning the fabric to accommodate the blade of the scissors. There we go. And that's a technique you want to use always when you're cutting fabric. Okay, there we go. Let's see how it fits. It's a little bit big, but it's going to be okay because once I sew the brim on to the crown of the hat, it's going to take up a little bit of space. I'm going to show you how to do that too. Now you're ready to make the crown of your hat. You're going to take the same measurement for the circumference of your head, in my case 22 inches, multiply it by 4, and then divide by 2 times pi. Divide by 6.28. So in my case, and again, there are directions in those slides that I sent you, so you don't have to remember this. In my case, 22 inches times 4 equals 88 inches divided by 6.28 equals 14, well, it's 14.01 inches, but I'm just going to say 14. What that's going to do is give us the measurement for the height of the crown of the hat on 2 sides. We'll create a round edge by making a pattern exactly like we made for the brim of the hat, where we use our homemade protractor, create a 14-inch circle, but we only need a quarter of that to be able to finish the hat. So in essence, what you're doing is making your own pattern for your. So here we go, my giant circle, the pattern I cut out. I just cut it out of newsprint, which we always have readily available in the library. You probably don't have access to something like this. You can always just glue printer paper together or even use newspaper. Just tape it together. Again, it's just for us. It doesn't matter what it looks like. So I'm actually going to take, we don't need this entire circle. All we need is a quarter of it. What I'm going to do to make that happen, just like making paper dolls almost, fold it in half, and then in a quarter. And that's the pattern for our hat. And this is a little stiff, so it's hard to show. But you can see how that's going to turn out to be just the right size crown. And you see there's no weird edges. That's going to fit perfectly inside the brim of the hat. So I'm going to pin this to the felt that I have, cut it out, and I'll show you how to assemble it. I'm going to use a hot glue gun and also my sewing machine. There's all kinds of ways that you could do this. You could hand stitch it too if you wanted to. Okay, we're almost done. Hang in there. My felt piece is all cut out. I just cut that circle that I folded in quarters, actually just cut it into 4 pieces to make it easier to manipulate the paper and the fabric. I pinned it to the felt, cut it out, and now I've got the brim of my hat ready to go. Like I said, I'm gonna hot glue it. What I'm gonna do first though is pin the edges just a little bit. Not very much at all, because this is an exact measurement. If I were to overlap by that much, my crown won't fit in the brim of my hat. So just a little bit, about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm gonna pin it as I go, just to keep it in place. Top to bottom. It's kind of tricky at the top because I almost always catch the back of the fabric. So you just have to be careful when you're pinning to go back and check the other side. Nope, we're good to go there. Just like that. Put in about 3 more pins. And if you wanted to be really precise, you could use that piece of soap, that sliver, and mark 1/4 inch all the way down one of the long sides, and then of the felt, and then make sure that you're matching it pretty closely. But I feel like I've done a pretty good job there. Okay, before I actually glue it, I want to measure against the brim. There we go. There's the brim that we made earlier. I'm going to put the crown against it. This isn't an exact science. It's a little bit hard to tell. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Can you see? It's a pretty good fit right there. Okay, let's get this out of the way so I don't get any glue in, and I'm going to just go ahead and use my pattern also to make sure I don't get hot glue on anything. If you haven't used hot glue guns before, they are super, super hot. This is not for children to use on their own. This is a glue stick. It's just in a solid form. Once it goes into the hot glue gun, it starts to melt, and then you can see it's dripping out the end. Just want to be careful not to get that in your fingers. So where I've pinned it, I'm not going to remove the pins. I'm going to glue in between those pins first. I'm going to try not to get it on the outside of my hat. Okay, once I've glued between the pins, I'll feel comfortable taking those out. And you can see it's some glue webbing on it, but it'll peel off. Always put your pins back in your pin cushion. Now let me go back and get those other spaces. There we go. All set. We're ready to put the crown of the hat, we're ready to attach it to the brim. What I'm going to do is attach so that the right sides are together. The outside of the fabric, any side that you want to show, like this, is the right side of the fabric of my blouse. This is the wrong side. So because I want these to not have a seam on the outside, I'm putting the right sides together. I'm going to pin them together and sew on the wrong side so that when I'm finished, you won't see anything, you'll just see the right sides on the outside. When you're pinning, especially something that's cut on the curve or the bias is really what that would be called. There's going to be more stretch. And so I might have to take this apart and manipulate it a little bit this way and that. I'm stretching the brim a little bit. But as soon as I'm done, I'll be ready to sew. And that'll be the next step. I pinned the crown of the hat to the brim, just kind of stretching a little bit as I went along. And now I'm just going to sew it around the edge. I'm going to use an extra long stitch. If it's too tight, there won't be enough give in case we cut a little snugly. It doesn't fit perfectly on the brim. You want to be able to have a little stretch. So I'm going to use the longest stitch possible. And before I do that, I'm just going to remove the bottom part of the machine casing to make sure I have enough room to slip the brim over that base. Turn the sewing machine on. And I've threaded this with white thread so you can see what I'm doing, but normally you would use the same color thread, black in this case, as your project. So I slip the brim over. I drop the lever for the presser foot and sink the needle first. Always sink the needle into the fabric when you start to sew, just to make sure that it doesn't jump. You've got a nice solid base. And the other thing I'm going to do is, since I cut this on an edge, it is really easy to get a wrinkle in the fabric underneath. And if you sew over that, it won't look nice and smooth. So as I go along, I'm going to use my fingers to feel under the entire width. Here we go. Never sewing over the needles. That's a good way to jam up the motor. And again, I'm just pressing as I go, taking my time, because there's no race to be won here. We just want it to be nice and smooth, and you don't really want to have to take out any seams. Just the last few inches. Backstitch twice, just to make sure the seam holds. And there you go, the making of a hat. The only thing we have to do now is put the hat band on and any accessories we're going to add. Here's our finished hat, crown attached, and here's one I made earlier. And I want to show you a little trick in attaching hat bands, but first I need to show you something else. When you finish sewing the crown to the brim, make sure that you go all along the edge and trim through all the thicknesses right up to the seam line so that you don't get any weird pulling on the outside. When you see clothes that are obviously handmade, it's usually because they haven't been pressed and the seams haven't been clipped, and you need to clip seams on a curved edge to release tension so that it lays nice and flat. There you go. Now in this hat, all I did was take a green ribbon that I purchased at a fabric store, and I just tied a bow all the way around it. But because this ribbon was really thick, it was super important that I gathered it in the middle. Do you see it still has a gap around the top, but not as badly as it would if I hadn't done some gathering. And gathering just means you take a really loose stitch. You can do it by hand or on your sewing machine, super, super loose. Then you tie the threads at one end to secure the thread so it can't pull out. And then you pull the top thread at the other end until it all starts gathering like this. And that will give you a more rounder appearance. And then I just hot glued the ribbon to the hat, and that took care of that. I mentioned before that I was going to add an embellishment to this hat. What I want to do is add a little gecko that I 3D printed earlier. And this isn't going to make it stick, but this is just going to help me as I attach the item to the garment, because this is soft and this is pretty rigid. It's not super easy. What I did was take a piece of temporary hem tape. That's just basically, it's paper tape with two-sided adhesion to it, and it won't last for a very long time, but it's going to help me, just for now, decide how I want to position this little gecko. I don't know, I kind of like that. What do you think? I'll add a little more tape up here to keep it in place. But I'm going to actually hot glue it like that, but I just needed something to help me keep place so the glue doesn't get in the way. And that's it. That's our whole project for now. Hope you enjoyed this program. Don't forget to check out all of our e-resources on Hoopla, RB Digital. There are just so many things to explore, something for everyone.